At the bottom of the hour today, we're going to talk to Viktoras Kulvinskas, who is a holistic health practitioner, nutritionist, raw food celebrity, author, co-founder of the Hippocrates Health Institute, lecturer, chef, bishop of the First Christian Essene Church of Christ, and just an all-around good guy and a super, super, super knowledgeable man when it comes to taking care of health in a holistic, raw, God-given, divine way, just like we talk about on The Bright Side every day. Viktoras worked with Ann Wigmore, the wheatgrass lady. He's just an incredible human being, and I'm very excited. We'll be talking to Viktoras Kulvinskas here in the bottom of the hour. So get on board early. We'll get your calls here in our next segment. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll talk a little bit of skin, talk a little bit about the skin today. By the way, if you're interested in purchasing any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program, head over to my websites, brightsideben.com or pharmacistben.com, or now criticalhealthnews.com, which is a blog I'm doing with George Norrie with Coast to Coast AM. That's criticalhealthnews.com, brightsideben.com, or pharmacistben.com. Of course, you can also call the phone team at 866-735-2470 if you've got questions or if you want to sign up or purchase any products. 866-735-2470. So we'll get your calls here in our next segment. Please call. Please try to call in early, 844-236-6010. We're talking skincare on the Bright Side. We'll be doing that for a little bit. Skin as an icon or as a microcosm of the whole body. What's true about the skin is true about the body. Now, this is the biggest mistake we make when it comes to addressing our skincare issues, is not understanding or not exploiting or leveraging the health of the body. The skin is part of the body, even though it doesn't appear that way. It seems counterintuitive. We seem to think we can just rub something on the skin and create a change in the health of the tissue. Can't be done, folks. Very few skincare problems are topical problems. It hardly ever occurs. When we think of the skin as consumers, we think like Helena Rubinstein. And we think like the manufacturers of skincare products, selling us wax and oil and water and perfume and pretty packaging and hope in a jar. And they're not going to encourage us to think any differently because they make a lot of money doing it. For those of you who don't know, Helena Rubinstein was a Polish immigrant who is considered the mother of the modern cosmetics industry. She came to the United States in the early 20th century when skincare meant painting for your face, mostly prostitutes. Painted faces on prostitutes. That was what skincare was when Helena Rubinstein first came to the United States in 1905 or somewhere in the first decade of the 20th century. And she was an entrepreneur, and she was a women's advocate. And she convinced the average woman / housewife, who at the time wasn't allowed to vote, wasn't encouraged to drive or smoke, or back at the turn of the 20th century, a woman's place was in the home, and wearing makeup was for prostitutes and actresses. Not that they're the same, but that's who wore makeup, prostitutes and actresses. So when Helena Rubinstein came over from Poland, actually from Australia, from Poland via Australia, and she convinced women that wearing makeup was a way that the average housewife woman who couldn't vote, whose place was in the home, she convinced women that wearing makeup was a way that a woman could express herself, her feminine power, by wearing makeup. Now, there's nothing wrong with feminine power. There's nothing wrong with makeup. And there's nothing wrong with using Helena Rubinstein technology. If it's the 19th century or the early 20th century, if your skin is in the 19th century, or if your skin is in the early 20th century. But for us to still be using these kinds of strategies in the year 2015, when we know so much more about what the skin is and how its condition or its health or its appearance relates to the health of the entire body, is a testimony to the predatory and perfidious nature, the deceitful, dishonest, and mean-spirited nature of business people and bookkeepers and bankers and marketers and celebrities in the skincare business who wouldn't know skin health from a hole in the wall, and whose only interest in entering into the world of skincare, which is, at the end of the day, the world of health, skin health, is to make a quick buck. That's not fair, folks. That's just not right. I'm a capitalist. I like to make money. I got nothing wrong with money. But when you enter into the world of health and your only concern is making a buck, it's not fair. And if you're a bookkeeper or a banker and you don't care or love or know about the skin, find another business. It's not right to do that to people. And I unfortunately have personal experience with these kinds of cynical and sneaky business people who could give a rat's you-know-what about your skin, as long as they can extract some of your money. Please, in the interest of the skin, in the interest of the organ called the skin, in the interest of the health of the skin, don't fall for it. Helena Rubinstein may have been a pioneering woman and an entrepreneur, certainly not bad things, but in 1900 she did not know, nor did anyone in her time period know anything about nutrition, nutrients, hormones, the skin, skin cells, skin layers, skin structure. Vitamins weren't even discovered until almost the second decade of the century, and a true understanding of what skin really is didn't start to develop, believe it or not, until the 1980s. Did you know that? Until the late 1970s, early 1980s, we really didn't have a grasp on how the skin worked. If your skincare products were developed before then, well, you're in the Stone Age. At least your skincare products are, and guess what? That's where most skincare products were developed. For us to still be using these kinds of primitive technologies and naive technologies to address skin health, skin care, which is really health care, is just not right. If you have a bad heart or a bad liver or a bad kidney, would you trust a bookkeeper or a banker to get you healthy? Would you rub a cream or a lotion or a serum on your heart or your liver because a bookkeeper or a movie actress or a banker or a marketer who ran or represented a company or endorsed a company that made liver lotions told you you could rub this on your liver to make it healthy? Of course not. That's silly. But for some reason, we don't think of the skin as an organ. We don't think of beautiful skin, which is our right. We can all have beautiful skin. We can all have youthful, attractive skin, but we just don't think of it. We don't think of the tissue called the skin or the organ called the skin or the health of the organ called the skin as a reflection of the health of the body. We're looking for the beauty, but we haven't associated it with health. Well, guess what? Just like a beautiful body is beautiful body is a reflection of a healthy body, beautiful skin is a reflection of healthy skin, and we can all have it. We can all have beautiful, zit-free, wrinkle-free, psoriasis-free, eczema-free, rash-free, dermatitis-free skin that's moist and youthful and soft and tight and gorgeous. But it's not a beauty issue. It's a health issue. And that message is somehow not being promoted, and that's why I'm here, to remind us that the skin is not just a canvas for adornment. It is affected, and in turn, it affects the health of the body in general. Vitamin D is made in the skin, and that affects the whole health of the body. The skin converts sun energy into biochemical energy. Our skin is actually a solar panel that turns sun energy into biochemistry. So much that the skin does. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this.
So you've been listening to Pharmacist Ben and Dr. Wallach for a long time now, and you're wondering if longevity really works. Hi, my name is Adam. I'm an employee at GCN, and I've been using longevity products for over 2 years now. Call me today to hear my story at 612-695-5982. You too can lose weight, experience increased energy, and feel better about yourself and the future of your family. Call today, 612-695-5982. That's 612-695-5982.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit, then carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Hi, my name is DeRay, suffering from migraines, having Botox injections in my head and neck to alleviate pain, costing $1,500 out of my pocket. I discovered Dr. Ortman and Gentle Touch chiropractic adjustment called Nuka. I'm migraine-free since my first adjustment. Thanks for giving me my life back, Dr. Ortman. I wish they prescribed you instead of Botox.
Thanks, DeRay. Putting the bones back in place is only half of the solution. We design a nutritional supplement program the body can handle, actually absorb, providing nutrients, targeting the problem area. Between Nuka and nutrition, we will have you on the road to a faster and more permanent recovery. Look us up on the web at drortman.com or call 952-303-9124. Let us help you feel better faster. Wellspring Spinal Care at 952-303-9124. Again, that's 952-303-9124. Or on the web at drortman.com.
Yuvia needed financing to grow her restaurant business, but her bank simply didn't understand.
I was frustrated.
Yuvia found On Deck Business Loans.
On Deck did it for me. I called on Saturday, and I had $50,000 in my account on Monday morning.
How about the terms?
Incredibly easy. It doesn't mess with your cash flow.
On Deck changed everything.
This company, On Deck, is going to be there for me.
Was it a good move?
I'm looking to increase sales probably 30%.
Been in business for at least a year with $100,000 plus in revenue? On Deck can get you $5,000 to $250,000 in as little as one business day. And they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau.
On Deck has opened up so many doors for me now. Truly, the sky is the limit. I'm excited.
Apply now at OnDeckLending.com or call 800-326-5430. 800-326-5430. 800-326-5430.
Loan subject to lender approval.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE. 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
We're going to talk to Viktoras Kulvinskas at the bottom of the hour. Viktoras is a co-founder of the Hippocrates Health Institute and just an amazing, amazing health resource, author of a really cool book. If you're interested if you want one good health book to buy, this is the one you want. Survival in the 21st Century, Planetary Healer's Manual. Viktoras is just a beautiful human being. I mean, a really beautiful human being. I'm very excited. We'll talk to him at the bottom of the hour. Time to hit the phones, take your phone calls. Mary in Michigan, who's been calling in for a while here. Sorry, Mary. Left you on hold a couple times there, but now we got you. What's going on? How you doing? Mary, quite contrary. Where you be? Mary? Okay, looks like we got a little problem here with the phones. Let me know when we're up again, Trevor, okay? Looks like, All right, well, I don't know if we're going to... It's too bad because we got... Yeah, time to hit Mary. Mary, you there? Mary? Okay, let me see if I get somebody else here. Not a problem with the phones? Mary? No. Okay, might be a problem with Mary. Okay, we're going to put Mary back on hold and go to Angela. What's up, Angela? Welcome to the bright side.
Hi, Mrs. Ben. We spoke yesterday about oily skin and adrenal acne. I just wanted to call and finish that up.
Okay. What's cooking? How can we help you? Did I leave you hanging on something?
No, I just wanted to see regarding the stressors that could be affecting oily skin.
Okay. Sugar is the most important. Yes, I remember talking to you yesterday. We talked on the air. Here's the thing. Oily skin needs to be regarded as a sign of stress. This is one of the generic ways the body responds to emergencies. When you think about it, the body has all these generic ways of responding to an emergency, whether that emergency is a credit card bill, or it's sugar, or it's digestive distress, or an autoimmune disease, or it's your husband or wife or family, or whether it's cancer, or whether it's a real lion about to jump on you and eat you. All of these are ways or causes of stress, and the body's responses are always generic. The blood will clot for one thing. The heart will beat harder for another thing. The blood vessels will constrict in some places and open in other places. You'll end up with hypertension. Your digestive system will shut down. Your immune system will become suppressed. These are all generic responses to stresses, whether the stress is a Snickers bar, or the stress is your boss, or the stress is the New World Order, or the stress is your dysfunctional family, or the stress is a lion about to jump and pounce on you and eat you. The body will respond to all of these stresses in the same generic ways. These generic ways are called the GAS, the the generalized adaptation, or the GAR, the generalized adaptation response, or the generalized adaptation syndrome. It was all of these things are ways that the body responds to stress, and oily skin is one of these ways. So when you have oily skin, you got something that's burdening the body. It's usually not a lion, because there aren't any lions running around our cities and towns. You got any lions running around there in Florida? Probably not. But you probably do have sugar in your blood, or maybe you have an autoimmune problem, or a nutritional deficiency, or a hormone problem, or a psychological, emotional, or mental kind of stress. You follow me, Angela?
Yes. I'm also wondering, does it...
Well, hang on, sweetheart. Hang on. So what you want to do when you have oily skin is you want to regard it as something that's burdening the body. Now, you got to get rid of all the stressors, of course. Sugar is the biggest one, and sugar will make your skin oily pretty darn quickly, but there's also nutritional supplements that you can use, chief among which is vitamin B5, pantothenic acid, taken with the whole B complex, as we said yesterday. Zinc can also help you with dry skin, or with oily skin, and you can also use the zinc topically. Topical zinc oxide can suck up or mop up excess oil. So you can make your own zinc oxide powder, even just sprinkling zinc oxide powder right on top of the skin, or even mineral makeup, not to be used as makeup, but just as a way to sop up that excess oil. Also, bentonite clay can work as well. Those are topical ways to do it, but getting rid of the stress is the most important thing. I'm sorry, Angela, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just wondering, if you have adrenal acne, do you also have adrenal fatigue?
Yeah, adrenal fatigue follows long-term adrenal stress, and adrenal acne is a sign of adrenal stress. So yes, adrenal fatigue can follow adrenal acne, absolutely. Adrenal acne is caused by burden, adrenal glands that are working too hard, and then adrenal fatigue follows that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be blogging about adrenal fatigue here. I'm going to put a blog post on adrenal fatigue on pharmacistben.com in the next few days, so you might want to take a look at that.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Angela. Hope we helped you. Vitamin B5 and zinc are your two go-to supplements for skin oils, and of course, getting rid of any stressors, especially sugar. Big-time toxin, big-time stressor. Okay, we got Mary in Michigan. What's up, Mary? How you doing?
Hi, Pharmacist Ben. Well, I don't know. I keep trying to talk to you, and I'm having a tough time. Okay. I'm trying desperately to heal my gut and improve my good probiotics in there.
Well, it's easy, Mary. It's easy, Mary. If it's not getting done, we're missing something.
Well,
now,
I know.
By the way,
I went on a fast. I've talked to you before. I went on a fast. And I was on it, I guess I was on it for about 5-6 days, and I was supposed to call you back on Monday, and that whole week you had pre-programming, and so.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, so and I've tried to get back to you since, and.
Well, I'm going to have to. We only have a couple more minutes because we got to guess. So I'm going to answer your question here, about leaky gut. It's very easy and very important. And by the way, our next guest, or our guest at the bottom of the hour, Viktoras Kulvinskas, is going to talk about leaky gut and about digestive health. So listen in for the next hour because he's an expert, a true genius about the digestive system.
Can I ask you a question about her topic right off the bat?
Yeah.
I was reading in a book or I heard somebody where wheatgrass, the chlorophyll in the wheatgrass juice oxygenates your blood.
It helps oxygenate the blood, absolutely. Plus, it's a source of magnesium. It's detoxifying. Wheatgrass is amazing stuff. We'll talk to Viktoras about it at the bottom of the hour. But here's the thing, Mary, that concerns me. Leaky gut is very easy to address. And digestive health is very easy to address. The digestive system is the system that transfers or converts food into human beings, food into biochemistry, food into us, and then throws the rest out as waste. And that's all it does, really. It converts food into human processes or human structure, and then dumps the rest out. So if you have a gut problem, if you have a digestive problem, you have a food problem.
Right.
That means when you stop eating food, number one, you're going to feel better.
Right.
And then number two, you're going to give your body or your digestive system a chance to recover. Now, you do need to have some supplements and some substances that will help repair the gut. Probiotics are extremely important. Fermented food is extremely important. Fiber, which acts to feed probiotics or feed good bacteria, is also tremendously important. So between fasting, probiotics, fiber, vegetables, and also perhaps things like the Z-radical algae, polysaccharides, these complex sugars, healing the gut is really something that nature has designed for us because the gut is made to heal. All right, Mayor, we got to go. If you can call back tomorrow, we'll get you first up. We got Victorious Kovinskis coming up at the bottom of the hour. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
More and more people are discovering the incredible benefits of alkalizing the body, and there's no better product for it than AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops. Packed with a powerful combination of the most alkaline minerals and compounds, just a few drops in water will rid your body of harmful waste and give you more vibrance and vigor than you've had in years. Now buy 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
Hi, this is Steve Sanchez, and based on a recent study, it was found that 57 million Americans had legal issues over the last 12 months, but only 60% of those studied sought out the services of a lawyer. Why? In a nutshell, affordability. Well, my friends at Legal Shield have created a solution that can help you not if, but when you need an attorney. For as little as $17 per month, Legal Shield will provide you unlimited access to qualified attorneys at an accomplished law firm for advice and counsel on legal issues, no matter how serious or trivial. For over 40 years and with 1.4 million families across North America, Legal Shield can help you, the loyal GCN listener. Representatives are standing by now to answer your questions, so call them now at 1-855-340-SAVE. That's 1-855-340-7283, or visit them at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com.
Results will vary from case to case.
Yuvia needed financing to grow her restaurant business, but her bank simply didn't understand.
I was frustrated.
Yuvia found On Deck Business Loans.
On Deck did it for me. I called on Saturday, and I had $50,000 in my account on Monday morning.
How about the terms?
Incredibly easy. It doesn't mess with your cash flow.
On Deck changed everything.
This company, On Deck, is going to be there for me.
Was it a good move?
I'm looking to increase sales probably 30%.
Been in business for at least a year with $100,000 plus in revenue? On Deck can get you $5,000 to $250,000 in as little as one business day. And they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau.
On Deck has opened up so many doors for me now. Truly, the sky is the limit. I'm excited.
Apply now at OnDeckLending.com or call 800-326-5430. 800-326-5430. 800-326-5430.
Loans subject to lender approval.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the 4th largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they too exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true. They're all guilty. Every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? Reputation.com can protect your good name. Get a free consultation now at 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from Reputation.com right now. Call 800 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771.
I am so excited to talk to our guest, Viktoras Kulvinskas, author of Survival in the 21st Century. Viktoras is a holistic health practitioner, nutritionist, expert in raw foods and the digestive system, co-founder of the Hippocrates Health Institute, and just a truly amazing human being, as well as an amazing resource, spiritual and beautiful, just a wonderful man. I can't tell you how excited I am to talk to Viktoras. Viktoras worked with Ann Wigmore, one of the early proponents of wheatgrass, and we'll get to talk about that a little bit. I guess I'll let Viktoras tell his story. Also, Viktoras is an expert in enzymes, and I can't wait to talk to him about enzyme therapy as well. So please welcome to the bright side, Viktoras Kulvinskas. Greetings, Viktoras.
Greetings, Ben. It's such a pleasure to be initiated into your audience and family, and I look forward to a long-term relationship.
I as well. Thank you so much, Viktoras. So, your reputation precedes you. You've got so many accolades, and your bio is so dense and packed with stuff. But I want listeners to understand how a regular guy like yourself, who European, just born as a regular person, all of a sudden, how did you develop this expertise? How did you go from being a regular person to a director of research and a proponent and an advocate of raw foods and truly a human health expert? What was the tell us a little bit about how this evolution occurred.
Well, greatest motivation for anybody is when you're dying and no one could help you. The only person that you can rely and trust, you reach out for your own resources, and that's exactly what I did. I was basically experiencing old age by the time I was in my late 20s, losing my hair. My face was covered with acne. I had advanced arthritis, compromised cardiovascular, 25 years of migraine. Yet in spite of many other complications, but in spite of all these things, I was a super achiever. I just worked a little harder and a little smarter, but I didn't know anything about nutrition and how to take care of yourself. This is an example of what is happening to 90% of Americans. They are lost souls. They are just, grasping for some information, and it's becoming a major explosion of people in search for truth. And I was a truth seeker, and I started off with I could find in the media. Then from there, I ended up in the medical libraries. I spent close to 6 years at Harvard Medical Library, spending usually between minimal 3 hours up to 8 hours a day. And that was an ongoing relationship, research. And now you can do all this, Google your way into knowledge and wisdom. All you have to do is make proper choices in the way you manage the information. So I had a good sense of what it was all about. I was raised on a farm and had a naturalistic oriented grandmother. So she gave me some sense of, what is right and wrong. And then there's the common sense, drinking 15 cups of coffee is not good common sense. And I was doing things like that. And just overall abusive, yet I was very strong constitutional, so I held up under the duress until I found a life raft and ended up trying to organize the information into something that is sensible. And as I organized, it turned into a 320-page manual, and of course, I made it quite cute with a lot of illustrations. People like pictures, and I hit the road like any rock star will hit the road. If you want to be a success, you got to go out to the people. So I spent about 3 years basically on the road promoting myself and anybody that would accept me, and continued to be, of course, very energetically involved with Hippocrates Health Institute that I co-founded with Ann Wigmore. So that was more or less the situation, going from college math instructor, then eventually I got a little bored with that, and I wanted something more exciting, and computers were just in a age of pioneering, so I joined the top firm, and initially worked at Smithsonian Astrophysical Observatory, and then from there to Phi, which was the top company. Ended up doing a stock exchange at 200 to 1. So it was exceptionally exciting adventure, but I always followed my passion. I didn't trust other experts. That's what one would say. You got to show me the proof, and nobody had anything to document themselves in the medical community. So I had to find the answers myself. And of course, we were creating miracles at Hippocrates. I mean, I saw diabetics becoming well in a matter of 2 to 3 weeks, including type 1 diabetic who was 25 years on insulin and went from 125 units to 0 in a matter of 3 weeks, and continued to do well as long as she managed her stress well. But the diet was everything. Now there's a 1-to-1 correlation between consumption of pasteurized dairy products by mother and or infant, and in terms of diabetic predisposition, I saw cancer conditions, because we created the nutritional environment, start becoming either regressed or totally well, depending on how much effort the individual applied themselves into nutritional detoxification. And now we have something even better. It's called holistic model, and that means addressing your spiritual, your emotional, your mental needs, as well as dietary, exercise, and of course, and as well as also what your life is all about, what it's meant to. So we're very holistically oriented, and live food is the best fuel, is the least affected in terms of from nature to your tummy. And the most nutritionally dense food are the sprouts, wheatgrass, indoor baby greens. The reason is they're at the immature, high rate of growth, and they have the highest density concentration of enzymes. And then, of course, the next thing is best for you is basically kimchi, sauerkraut. That is the ones that are unpasteurized because of the microbial cultures. And just remember, you're about 100 to 1 in a healthy individual. For every cell you have over 100 probiotic microbes inside of your gastrointestinal tract, as well as on your skin, mouth, eyes, hair, everywhere else. They're very important, but we'll talk about that. So more or less, personally motivated by trying to rescue myself from death and old age, and right now I'm in my late 70s, and I did on Valentine's Day 400 push-ups. That's in sets of 50, of course, not as a one rep, but it's still pretty darn good.
Are you still doing yoga?
Absolutely, for 35 years, and continue to get more flexible.
That's awesome.
It's a very important in terms of spinal adjustment, detoxifying the internal organs, lining up your, you might say, chakras or glandular system, so you have optimum flow of energy throughout your body. And then the breathing exercises, pranayama, is of the highest importance because, oxygen has gone from 1,000 years ago, it was in 40% in the air. Now it's close between 10 and 15, according to environmental journals in the city. So we don't get enough oxygen. Also, most people are anemic, so they don't have enough red blood cells and hemoglobin to transport oxygen. So,
Victor, we got to take a quick break. We'll continue when we come back. Okay, hang tight. Okay. Hold on to that thought. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're talking to Viktoras Kovinskas about raw food and good health. We'll be back on the bright side right after this. Don't go away.
Yuvia needed financing to grow her restaurant business, but her banks simply didn't understand.
I was frustrated.
Yuvia found On Deck Business Loans.
On Deck did it for me. I called on Saturday, and I had $50,000 in my account on Monday morning.
How about the terms?
Incredibly easy. It doesn't mess with your cash flow.
On Deck changed everything.
This company, On Deck, is going to be there for me.
Was it a good move?
I'm looking to increase sales probably 30%.
Been in business for at least a year with $100,000 plus in revenue? On Deck can get you $5,000 to $250,000 in as little as one business day. And they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau.
On Deck has opened up so many doors for me now. Truly, the sky is the limit. I'm excited.
Apply now at OnDeckLending.com or call 800-326-5430. 800-326-5430. 800-326-5430.
Loan subject to lender approval.
Right now is the time to jumpstart your health with the new 30% discount from InfoWarsHealth.com. Secure the all-new Tangy Tangerine 2.0 with certified organic ingredients that are non-GMO and better tasting than ever for an exclusive 30% off discount when you sign up at InfoWarsHealth.com. That's 30% off retail when you become a distributor at InfoWarsHealth.com. You've heard me talk about Tangy Tangerine for years now, and you've heard others talk about what it's done for them. Take the challenge. Try it for the first time, or even reorder your Tangy Tangerine and other great longevity products like Pollen Burst or the Alex Pack, all for 30% off when you visit InfoWarsHealth.com. This is a fantastic opportunity to be able to try out the hundreds of amazing products at InfoWarsHealth.com and get 30% off on products like Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. Visit InfoWarsHealth.com to get started today. You can also sign up for auto ship and get free shipping. 30% off and free shipping. It's all available exclusively at InfoWarsHealth.com today.
Hi, John Hubner from Midas Resources. Are you tired of watching your hard-earned assets dwindle away? As government spending is out of hand and the Federal Reserve is creating in excess of $20 billion a week, are you tired of stockbrokers gambling away your hard-earned money? Is this market a setup for a crash greater than 1987? Too many of today's policies resemble those that led to the collapse of 1929.
This is John Hubner, and that was me in 2007. And we all know what happened when the subprime credit bubble burst. By March 2009, the dollar lost 50% of its value. The entire U.S. banking system was on the verge of collapsing. Like all financial problems of the past, is history about to repeat itself? Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129, before it's too late to protect yourself. Will the oncoming catastrophe take all private IRAs, 401ks with it? There is a way to protect your hard-earned assets. Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129.
Honey, it's time for dinner. What are you doing over there on your computer?
I'm shopping for a new wallet. Mine is falling apart. Hey, did you know there's a company called ID Stronghold that makes shielded wallets to prevent electronic pickpocketing?
Oh, I didn't realize there was such a thing as electronic pickpocketing. What is that?
Well, apparently, many of the new credit and debit cards being issued have radio chips inside them called RFID that transmit our banking information to card readers when we pay. Unfortunately, a bad guy can also get one of these readers and go around the city scanning people, collecting their credit card numbers and personal information without us knowing it.
Wow, that sounds scary. Since you're getting a new wallet anyway, you should definitely get an ID Stronghold shielded wallet. Are they more expensive?
No. In fact, I can get a shielded leather wallet from IDStronghold.com for the same price or less than regular unshielded wallets from other stores.
Sounds great. My wallet isn't falling apart yet, but let me pick one out too. I want to be protected, and these wallets at IDStronghold.com look fantastic.
All right, welcome back to The Bright Side. Pharmacist Ben here. Thank you for joining us. We're talking to Viktoras Kulvinskas, author of the book Survival in the 21st Century, as well as a co-founder of the Hippocrates Health Institute. Viktoras has been a health advocate for many years. Oh my God, Viktoras, you hit so many hot buttons when you were talking before. Breathing and sprouts and raw foods and spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. I mean, these are all things we talk about here on The Bright Side. I want to ask you a couple of things, but before we get to that, give out your website real quick, Viktoras, and how can people get the book if they're interested in survival in the 21st century?
I think the easiest would be just go to Amazon.com.
Okay, that's for the book. And then how about if they want to, do you have a website if they want to find out more about you and more about your work?
Then definitely I would suggest going to Youthing, youthing.com.
Youthing.com. Okay, so we have a lot of listeners, Viktoras, who are suffering with degenerative diseases, dying, accelerated aging, dying, confronting death, pain, all kinds of misery. And I talk to them every day. You do as well. What do you want folks to know as far as the top few things that they can do if they're dealing with a degenerative crisis, or they've been told they're going to be on a prescription drug for the rest of their life, or they're just not getting better? What are 2 or 3, 1, 2, 3 3, 4 top things that they can do to begin to turn things around to access their body's built-in natural healing capabilities?
Well, first of all, I would turn to whatever faith they have. And basically develop much more trust that there is a solution, there is a natural solution. The first place is faith and trust that there is an answer. Secondly, increase your hydration. Third, start eating only organic foods. Fourth, go toward become as much as possible vegan diet. Then next, I would suggest greens, emphasize greens, and above all, the best supplement to take, because the number one cause of all degenerative diseases, and this is in my book, in my book, Food Enzymes for Health and Longevity. It is documented from all the resources, is digestive disorders. Digestive disorders are related to enzyme exhaustion. So if you can start taking quality enzymes, you're going to make a big, big difference in your overall health. And then, of course, go out for a walk, a little bit of exercise. All these things are key, as well as whatever else you might add.
Is there anything in terms of degenerative diseases that is not reversible, in your opinion?
Yes, there is. Dr. John Christopher, a naturopath doctor, says there's no incurable diseases, only incurable personality. So there you go. Some people just don't want to stay around. They don't want to make that effort, and as a result, they would be considered, by natural approaches. And there's no cure in nature. In natural approaches, basically, you create an environment. The body is self-healing. It rejuvenates itself. It grows your hair back. You cut your finger. It quickly heals. Scars dissolve, disappear. Body is self-healing. It doesn't matter whether it's degenerative disease or acute condition or a crisis.
What do you think about immortality, physical immortality?
Well, it's actually a very good topic. I'm actually of the same order, and our book, the Book of Jubilee that I quote in my book, Survival, it's one of the sacred books in the Dead Sea Scrolls that were discovered in 1947, and basically it states that a time will come when the children will once again not only study the laws but follow the commandments, and as such there will be no more aging, no more sadness, and no more disease, and also all shall live in youthful bodies for thousands of years, and experiencing their dharma, or in other words, their passion, why they're here on planet Earth. We all have a destiny, and we have a reason. Get connected with that. Otherwise, you're just doing another incarnation.
So tell our listeners a little bit about what the Essenes are and how that relates to nutrition, because I know they talked a lot about fasting and about using healthy foods, whole foods, and they weren't just about the spiritual dimension, they were a lot about the physical dimension as well, correct?
Absolutely. They were very holistic, one of the early holistic, which they kind of Vedas, many of the Hindu texts also, like Bhagavad Gita, preceded with this whole concept of holism. But the Essenes emphasized basically, as far as nutrition, they developed organic gardening in a place where nothing grew, in a desert, and primarily they did it through utilizing nature's laws of condensation and microbial activity, and they grew mostly baby sprouts, baby greens. They call them biogenic foods, which means extremely high energy. They're beyond raw foods, and these are the kind of foods that they lived about 85% of the diet. The other might have had some fruit, might have had some more mature vegetables and stuff like that. So their emphasis was on very high intensity living type of foods, and they were noted scholars, as you can see by the scrolls. The Dead Sea Scrolls were all written by the Essenes, and it became incorporated into portions of it became incorporated into the Bible at the Council of Nicaea that Constantinople organized, in the 13th century, and basically. They also were noted great healers. But one of the outstanding features that would be of interest to everybody, historian Josephus noted that the longevity of the the Essenes was 400% longer than the rest of the Mediterranean area. We're talking about southern Africa, southern part of Europe, northern Africa, and the rest of the Mediterranean area. So they were very healthy, very vital, and most of the people who came into a Essene community, they were quite sickly, and then they loved the way of life. They ended up taking on residency, but they had many people who also lived in the cities. So we adopted many of those practices, and the Hippocrates Health Institute nutritional program is very much like the Essene nutritional program. Not only that, but you find in the Dead Sea Scrolls, wheatgrass was already mentioned. That was found in the catacombs of the scrolls that are found in the Vatican Library, and Professor Edmond Zakeli, who was basically the modern 21st century Essene reinvigorator, and he spoke 5 ancient languages, and he spoke Aramic, and one of the many scrolls that he found it's now called Essene Gospel of Peace, Volume 4, and basically all about wheatgrass and all the powers it had within it, and we're all discovering it. I mean, you drink that wheatgrass, it sends like lightning through your body.
It's true.
Of energy and vitality. And
Victorious, we only have about a minute, but I want you to talk a little bit about wheatgrass, and we only have a minute, so just hit the high points, and we're definitely going to have you back on, and we'll talk about a lot of other things. I want to talk about enzymes, I want to talk about algae, I want to talk about fasting, but we only have about a minute. Give us some of the highlights about wheatgrass, why it's so important.
Well, first of all, it's a food that you can grow at home. Every vegetable you buy in the grocery stores, unless you buy locally, but even there, it's probably a day or two old. The other stuff will be 3 to 5, could be 3 to 5 weeks old. So you're getting the freshest food that is still growing when you're going to be juicing that wheatgrass, and combination of sprouts and wheatgrass, sprouted wheat and wheatgrass gives you the most powerful combination for rejuvenation, both your chakras, especially libido, and also youthing. You can use it topically. You can apply it on any kind of healing. Like I crushed my thumb with a 40-pound guillotine. I put it in wheatgrass juice. Within 30 minutes, the pain was all gone, and the next day its pain reappeared. I put it in the wheatgrass juice again, and the pain was all gone, never to come back. My thumb was crushed, and I mean it, by a 40-pound weight coming down like a guillotine from 4 feet down. It was one of these old windows at a mansion. So it's just
you put your finger right in the wheatgrass. Hang on, Victor, hang on. You put your finger right in the wheatgrass juice?
Yeah, wheatgrass juice. Yeah, immediately. And that was one of the days I didn't know too much about this nutritional program. Instinctively, that's what I did. When my finger was crushed, I was screaming and ran all the way to the second floor of the mansion where the Hippocrates Health Institute was located at one time in Boston. And I juiced, put my finger in there, and within 30 minutes, the pain was gone. And I said, oh, good, great, it will never come back. No, next day came back with vengeance. I repeated one more time, and that was it, and
Victorious, we're out of time, my friend. But that's an amazing story. I never thought about using wheatgrass topically, but it makes perfect sense with all the enzymes.
Well, you can drink it through your skin. You just cover your body, and it'll be absorbed. And if you rub yourself down with a white cloth, it will have no green on it because everything has been absorbed through your skin.
That's
it's the
tremendous.
largest, not only eliminative, but digestive organ.
Victorious, we're just flat out of time, but we're definitely going to have you back. We're going to talk about enzymes. We'll talk about fasting, continue talking about wheatgrass. That's Victorious Kulvinskas, thank you so much. Truly a celebrity in the world of holistic health. His book is Survival in the 21st Century. His website, youthing.com. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Talk to you later, folks.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates, 1-800-425-4610. Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.